Hey everybody, it's your boy. He's back. I'm your boy again. Eduardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of this great Cinema Draft game, coming at you with a weekend review and talent pool preview for this upcoming week and this past weekend. Let's just get into it. And I guess I'll preface this review real quick with a movie review of Valerian. I had a busy week in the movies. Busy week in the movies. I went and saw Girls Trip, which was a riot and definitely overperformed at 31.2 million. I saw it after lock on Thursday night. It was great. I saw Dunkirk, which was incredibly intense Friday morning in D box, and then I saw Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets Saturday afternoon, and it fucking sucks. I like Luc Besson. Dude's got, he's got skill. I mean, he does some things like really well. He's French. He's definitely very good at being a Frenchman. He likes his action flicks. I think he did was it the Transporter? Did he do the Transporter series? Yes, he's the Transporter series. Nikita. He did. What's the other one I like? Taken, or at least wrote Taken, Taken 2, all sorts. I mean, he's a fun writer director. Columbiana, that was a fun little screenplay movie starring Zoe Saldana. I mean, he's done some stuff. Oh, these writing credits. As a director, was he directed? Fifth Element is what he's most known for. That and The Professional, back in the day, that kind of got Natalie Portman her start. Jean Reno as well. I mean, just really good stuff, right? It's really, he got some good action stuff. Lucy was fun and great, and apparently Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets was a labor of love of his. He's had this in his head for like 20 years or something. Guess he had the courage to do it after he saw Avatar by James Cameron. And you can definitely feel some Avatar influences. I did see it in 3D, I mean, which made it slightly more interesting, but I'm telling you, this movie is just bad. And I mean, and namely because, Dane DeHaan plays like this broke ass Han Solo who's just, I mean, wisecracky without the dialogue. It's just not a fun movie. It's not. And, oh wow, that is girl? Okay, that might be his wife. All right, well done, well done. Look where his hand is. Well done, Luke. And I mean, visually, it is pretty spectacular. Like it's you know what this reminds me of? This movie reminds me of a ah, the Chocolate Cardinal, aka the WBW, aka Kevin Garnett, is going to love my reference to this. This reminds me of like a high-tech belly. It looks pretty. It looks really good, but it is not about a damn thing. It's not. And this guy, he's smart alecky. He thinks he's really handsome. He thinks he's just the shit. And he's just not. I mean, nothing in this movie proves that this guy is like, a Han Solo love child. He's just not, and it's really annoying because he starts off the entire thing with like this swagger that's totally unearned. At least with Han Solo, we saw him shoot that Greedo early on, so we know this guy's a scoundrel. We know this guy's a smuggler. We know this guy's has earned his bona fides as like a bit of a rogue. This guy just kind of walks in like, yeah, I'm a badass. No, you're not. You're not a badass, dude. You're Dane DeHaan. You're like that creepy dude from The Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, he kind of miscast. Like it's really pretty. And look, Rihanna, I mean, she's got a really good performance, like an actual show, a show set piece in the middle of the movie that's fun, but otherwise, I mean, this movie's trash. Not feeling it. 1 reel out of 4. Sorry, Luke. I don't know what to tell you. It's not come off like the way you thought it would. Yeah. So this movie, I think, came in 5th place. People are already roasting it. What was it? People are already roasting it as far as like, oh, that's okay. It's not showing me what I wanted to see. Anyways, people are roasting it for his 5th place finish. I mean, apparently this thing cost 150 million to make, so it's probably gonna bomb. I mean, and if we go back to our movie economics, it basically takes roughly 2.78 times a film's budget for it to break even. So this thing's going to need to pull in 417 million worldwide. I do not see that happening. You know what? Well, I'm not going to dwell on it. Let's move on. So, anyways, so let's review a few call sheets and take a quick look at the weekend coming up talent pool. All right, so of course, we're going to focus in on the feature presentation. This is where the big money is, where people should be submitting their best strategies. And the winner of the feature presentation this week is a tie between Michael Vellante and Gamble24x7. So let's take a look at their duplicate call sheets. And it was real tight. It seemed to be the prevailing strategy this week was to have a headliner stack of Dunkirk, like they do with Cillian Murphy and Tom Hardy, and to have a 5-pack of Girls Trip. And Girls Trip did overperform, 31.2 million at the box office, which translates into 43.68 headliner points at 1 point per million per actor with a 40% bonus. And they also did a 2-pack of 47 meters down and Wonder Woman, non-headliner from Wonder Woman, cheapest they could afford, 7,500, is either going to be Elena Anaya or Florence Kasumba. They went with Elena. There you go. All right, so and so that totaled 340.60 points, and very solid strategy. As much as they gave me crap in the group chat for my love of Girls Trip going into the weekend, going with Girls Trip turned out to be like a pretty wise strategy. It's if you had if you had this construction with basically a 7-actor combination of 5 Girls Trip, and headliner stack of Dunkirk actors, you were in the running for winning the week. And so very solid construction. 47 meters down did well. It did, what did it do? Do we have box office working right this past weekend? Okay, yes. Okay, good. We did. These are off the estimates. They didn't update, but basically 47 meters down just kind of held on. 440,000, pretty strong debut in platform release. I think it was the highest performer in platform release. So it's good job by them. So excellent call sheet. I like it a lot. Well played. But strangely enough, was not the call sheet of the week. And let's take a look real quick at what was the call sheet of the week. It actually turned out to be in the Gaffer. And it was another tie. This tie was between Ring Balls 22 and Smart Ash. Smart Ash, one of my favorite players. She's been hanging in there week in, week out. Very, very strong player. I think she took a little break for a while, but it seems like she's back and in effect. But yes, they had 340.76 points. So oh my God, this is how tight it was. They won. Their duplicate call sheet won by only, this is amazing, by only 0.16 points for call sheet of the week. How amazing is that? That's freaking incredible. So so congratulations to both of them for call sheet of the week, Ring Balls 22 and Smart Ash. Take a quick look at their call sheet. It's pretty amazing just how they squeaked it out. And of course, they had the construction with the headliner stack of Dunkirk and the 5-pack of Girls Trip. But here's the difference. So they also had Florence Kasumba from Wonder Woman. So they matched that with the Elena Anaya for the cheapest non-headliner from Wonder Woman. And then this is where they won the week by the slimmest of margins. They went bargain basement, Pom Klementieff from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. She's the cheapest you can get in that from that movie, platform release. And then they were able to spring for a headliner from Mahdi, which made, what did Mahdi do? Mahdi made, next weekend, there we go. Mahdi made 390,000? What'd you do, Mahdi? 391,000 on 233 screens. And with the headliner bonus, that was the difference. what an incredible performance by Ring Balls 22 and Smart Ash. Just, I mean, because I always say it always tends to come down to something in platform release, and this time it did, but it came down to two actors in platform release from movies and platform release that, and just this little detail, just getting the extra 40% bonus for Mahdi, and essentially punting that last $5,000 slot was the difference. And when it came to like my call sheet, and and I, in my call sheet, I had a similar construction. I was just off the pace. Oop, is that from last week? Oh, that's from last week. My call sheet from the feature presentation, which, to be honest with you, was strong, but I took a chance on a wild card, didn't pay off. I took a chance on the Black Prince. Otherwise, I had similar types of designs. Yeah, here it is. I came in 7th. Freaking sucks. Came in 7th. There we go. 338.06 points. Had a similar construction. I had the headliner from Mahdi, but what cost me everything was freaking Black Prince. It did not show up on Box Office Mojo. Just totally asked that. Did not register. I don't know what happened. I think it was on 41 screens. I took a shot. It didn't pan out. And getting the minimum score there, because everyone's guaranteed at least the minimum score. The minimum score in platform release, 1 point per 100,000. If it doesn't register, you get 1 point. Or if you have a headliner, 1.40 points. I had this pains me, and I was off by little over 2 points. And whereas if I had Guardians or anything like that, I could have snuck in there. Painful, y'all. But that's what happens sometimes when you take a shot on one of these foreign focused films. They could give you everything or they give you nothing. It's very banger, boomer bust, very boomer bust. So congratulations again to Smart Ash and Ring Balls 22 for being Call Sheet of the Week. I mean, just inspiring performance. 0.16 points separated Call Sheet of the Week, and they're splitting a $50 bonus. The $25 bonus rollover from last week was $50 this week, so they're splitting that. Don't spend it all in one place, or do. It's only $25 each. All right, so in third place was Smee. Is it a coincidence that Smee has been a top 5 performer since he's joined the group chat? I'm trying to tell y'all, join that group chat. Where can you find it? Go to our Facebook page, go to the notes section, and it is a sticky up here. There it is. Join our group chat. Click the link, and it'll take you right there to Marcus Graham's secret of his salmon. There you go. Join that group chat. We are giving away game for free, straight up. All right. So, anyways, back to the call sheet. Smee had the conventional construction, and then also, but his difference was he went with 2 headliners from 47 meters down, but it cost him some, so he had to skimp in the area of his limited release, his obligatory limited release, which he went with a headliner from Larry the Cable Guy. It was close at 340.36 points, but he was just 0.4 he was just 0.4 points off the call sheet of the week, and he was just 0.24? Yeah, just 0.24 points out of first by having to go with Larry the Cable Guy. And I don't know, I mean, not much he could have really done there if he decided to go with 2 headliners from 47 meters down. It was a bold play, 6.30 points, but to be honest with you, we called it. I mean, Wonder Woman was going to be the movie you wanted from limited release, as it did. What did Wonder Woman do? It did 4.6 points, far and away the leader in limited release. Especially, and look at all those screens too, almost just under 2,000 screens and 1,971 screens. So Wonder Woman was the one you wanted, and getting you get 12.91 points for a headliner. A non-headliner gave you 9.22 points, and that proved to be the difference. All right, so where else are we going? Go back one. Okay, Ring Balls, his other call sheet that was not call sheet of the week, 340 points even. He had the optimal construction, plus he also with Wonder Woman, and then where he differed was he had non-headliners from Mahdi and 47 meters down. And yeah, that's kind of what cost him a few. Well, I mean, not much. I mean, once again, it's so tight. That's what cost him, I guess, the 0.60 difference between between a tie for first and fourth place money. So good job there. And you can see he was clearly tinkering with what he thought was the optimal construction with those top 7 actors, and he's kind of tinkering on the edges, which is eventually what led him to get Call Sheet of the Week in the Gaffer. And then rounding out the top 5, the God of Cheese, consistently strong performer. Love his play of late. He also had the conventional construction plus a 2-pack of non-headliners in Mahdi and Wonder Woman, and that was good for 339.40 points. So as you can see, it's just little tweaks on the end, little tweaks on the side that kept you between first and I guess fifth or whatever. And then as you can see, Smartass just outside the top 5 herself. Let's take a look at Thomas Sampson. Not sure who this player is, but he's been playing of late, the last few weeks. We appreciate your play, Thomas Sampson. And yeah, Thomas, decent call sheet. He has a Girl Strip headliner stack, 2-pack from Spider-Man Homecoming non-headliners, Will Ferrell from The House, John Turturro, Landline, Gal Gadot from Wonder Woman, which is a little pricey at limited release, and Tom Hardy from Dunkirk as a headliner. And then what really cost him was a headliner stack from Our Time Will Come, which, I mean, it rated so low. So check this out. It rated so low that it only made 2,800 on the week. So here's my sheet. So I put in 0.003, and then the system is rounded to 0, so I got the minimum score of 1.40 per headliner. So he kind of got screwed with Our Time Will Come just not performing at all. It was on 17 screens, and that sucker just dive bombed into 2,800. 2,800 in total growth. Not per screen, 2,800 total, and it didn't even register on Box Office Mojo, I don't believe. Yeah, it didn't even register. I had to go to thenumbers.com to find any box office data on this. Yeah, there we go. The numbers.com to even find anything on it. Full weekend chart. See, I mean, and then find Our Time. Yeah, $2,840. That's just embarrassing, man. That's embarrassing. I mean, and at that time I scored, could not find anything for the Black Prince. So we're just SOL on that one, y'all. Just SOL. Okay, so let's go back here. So a bit of a scattershot call sheet, a little unfocused. Getting non-headliners from Spider-Man was going to cost you. You need to double up on Dunkirk. And then, I mean, it was risky. I mean, Our Time will come. I mean, maybe he's just punting salary there. But, that eventually, that left a bit of a hole in his call sheet in a week where, as you can see, it came down to just 1 or 2 different slots on your call sheet that, provided the big money. But either way, we love to continue play. Thomas Sampson, hope you're listening and learning from these podcasts. We're here for not just content marketing, but also to help you improve your play. Okay, so let's take a look real quick at some of the new entrants into the call sheet this week. Atomic Blonde, can't wait. I think I'm going to go to a screening of it Tuesday night, so looking forward to that. The Emoji Movie, I guess it's going to do what it's going to do. Not very much looking forward to that. An Inconvenient Sequel, Truth to Power, is going to be on only 4 screens, but honestly, since it's got all that name rec with Al Gore and all sort of stuff, I wouldn't be surprised this thing did gangbusters. I wouldn't be surprised this sucker did 200,000 just off 4 screens. Just watch. It's going to do really big business relatively for its release. Briggs v. Bear, couldn't really find much on. I think it's going to be on 2 screens. So I could find on moviephone.com. I got a new resource today in the group chat. Thanks again, Ring Balls. Always come with the quality information. Showtimes.com. Is that a site? That is a site. Okay, so and then search Brigsby Bear. See if they'll show us like where it's showing. Will that do that for us? Showtimes, fine. I don't necessarily want near me, but just anywhere. Okay, so it's playing the following states: New York and California. New York, it's going to be in. Where's it going to be? All right, so yeah, one screen, and then go back to California. Oh, Hollywood. So that's two screens, and then okay, so three screens. My bad. I shall change that. It's going to be on three screens. Either way, not a lot of screens, and it's going to be priced accordingly. Brigsby Bear. There we go. Three screens. From the Land of the Moon. It's an indie. It's only going to be on two screens. You might want to avoid that one. And then we're also adding Lady Macbeth. It's been out there for about 3 weekends. This will be its third weekend now. And it's been making a little money. Look at it. Check it out. Lady Macbeth, 125,000, 3,100 per screen. And you know, we all know that the best part of Macbeth, you know, was not Macbeth. It was Lady Macbeth, his power hungry wife, who was, you know, spurring him on to warlike ambition. So I mean, I'm kind of curious about that. I might not go out and see it in the theater, but you know, it sounds interesting. It seems like people are digging it. So it's been steadily increasing its screens, 221,000 to date. So it might be something to keep your eye on. And when it comes to actor salaries, I'll just kind of gloss over these real quick. You know, as you can see, we're starting real super low with Inconvenient Sequel only because it's only on 4 screens. Atomic Blonde. So I'm getting mixed messages on Atomic Blonde. So when you go to a site like hsx.com, which I use to help set some actor salaries at times, I mean, it looks like they have a pretty big opening weekend. Well, you know, actually, it looks like it's actually ticked up a little bit. 28 million. They don't like its overall long-term longevity, which I mean, to be honest, I just think that's sexist. I mean, seriously, all the footage I've seen from Atomic Blonde has been off the charts. Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, 77%. Okay, well, it's still fairly early, but Rotten Tomatoes, pretty good, pretty decent score for a hard R action flick. I mean, I mean, 28 million seems pretty good. And then when you compare it to the Emoji Movie, and also, and of course, on hsx.com, $1 in price is equivalent to 1 million in box office. Emoji Movie only 31 million, so that's why. And then once you factor in uh, holdover competition from your from your Dunkirks of the world, from Girls Trip a little bit. Although Girls Trip, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a 50% drop. It's just what it's going to be. I mean, comedies like that, you know, tend to be somewhat front loaded. You know, Dunkirk. I mean, the Emoji Movie I put at starting at 15,000 all the way up to 16,700 for TJ Miller's headline. This is going to be a weekend where it's going to be super messy. There's going to be a lot of movies in that 20 to 25 million range. So you're not going to see a lot of separation between the top ranked movie and then Atomic Blonde. Although if there is a sleeper in this entire joint, I think it's going to be Atomic Blonde. This one has potential to do like a 40 million and have all these, you know, dotty old box office prognosticators, these, you know, closet sexists, these closet, you know, haters. You'd be like, oh, I didn't know, you know, a female, you know, assassin, James Bond like type movie could do this well. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it did 40 million. Actually, if anything, I'm probably going to stack up on some Atomic Blonde, only because conventional wisdom might be going with more Dunkirk or somewhere else. And just, I mean, I still think it's going to compete with the Emoji Movie. Is the wild card though. The Emoji Movie, it's animated. It's well, it's animated. I mean, it's got its original IP to an extent. Kind of cashes in on. Oops, sorry, Anna Ferris, did not mean that. Kind of cashes in on our. Sorry, I made a mistake on my spreadsheet there for the podcast listeners. but it kind of cashes in on our love of social media and emojis. And I just don't. I mean, this is what I'm not really sure about. Do kids care about emojis? Like, do kids like under the age of 13 who really aren't on social media or are not allowed to be on social media? Do they care about like smiley faces and emojis and stuff? I mean, I don't have any kids, but are parents actually sending emoji faces to their 7 or 8 year old, who tend to be the target market for these type of movie? Like, I don't know. I can't call it. So I don't know if it's going to do what they think it's going to do. The voice cast is fine. I have no problem. TJ Miller is crazy. His promotional tour, I mean, you see him on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. He's just acting a fool. So I don't know. So that's why these are all kind of conservatively priced. There might be some hidden value all throughout this week. Otherwise, the newcomers and platform release are pretty much bargain basement. Minimum price 5,000 and on up. So just look for those values out there this weekend. There's gonna be some value to be had. Definitely some value to be had, and I'll go over it some more during the shot list with the Wednesday hour-long pod, and we'll walk through it together. We'll talk through it together. All right. So thanks everybody for listening to the weekend review and talent pool preview. It's been your pleasure to be your boy again. I see I've got the audio working this time, so thanks everyone for listening, for subscribing. Follow us on all of our social media. Subscribe, iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, wherever it is you get your podcast from. And as always, why don't you go see a movie or something?